Hi!
I'm Leah.
I'm Cole.
I'm Jayla. I'm Rachel.
And we did our final project about the origins and the evolution of Irish dance and its impacts on other styles such as tap.
During the late 19th century, a desire for an established Irish cultural identity began to emerge. More specifically, a positive identity, with the Irish historically being put in a negative light in order to raise the English up. In 1893, an Irish nationalist party called the Gaelic League was established, with its goal being to de-Anglicize. A more refined Irish culture began with the Irish language, and later in 1929 included Irish step dance. Irish step dance became an official part of the Irish cultural identity in 1929 when the Gaelic League established the Irish Dancing Commission, which moderated the use and teachings of Irish step dancing. The Irish Dancing Commission is still in operation today, especially within the competitive Irish dancing scene. Early Irish dancing comprised of both light shoe and hard shoe dances. Both aim for precise timing, upright posture, correct execution of Irish dance steps, and good use of performance space. Light shoe dances include the reel and slip jig and emphasizes graceful, light, and airy movements. And hard shoe dances include the hornpipe and the double jig and emphasize rhythm, agility, and timing. And this is a light shoe and this is a hard shoe.
It wasn't until the 1890s when the Gaelic League was founded, and this organization encouraged all aspects of the Irish culture. They started organizing competitions, and along with these competitions, they provided a lot of educational resources about the dance styles, and they offered a lot of technique classes as well. And then things went even further for them in the 1930s after the launch of the Irish Dance Commission, which we mentioned earlier, and it gave them a very effective and efficient governing body which helped regulate this new popular dance style, just helped the system. So as we talked about before, the competitive Irish dance realm, there are three main types of competitive Irish dance. It's set dance routines, which are usually done with about 4 people, social or Sally dance routines, which are done with minimum 2 people, and then the max being 16 to any number your heart's desires. And then Sean-Nós dance or step routines, and these were typically done where one portion of the movement does on one half of the body, and then you repeat it on the other half. But yes, all of these types were very strict and regimented. There is very little upper body movement in all of their work. They stay focused on more fast, intricate foot movements. And given the origins of the dance style, it makes a lot of sense. It was usually typically performed in like bars or pubs and like smaller spaces, so there wasn't a lot of ways to use your arms and move them like that. Historically, the traditional music for Irish dancing consisted of things such as harps, bagpipes, or just vocals. As the dances got more complex, so did the music. Nowadays, Irish dancing and traditional Irish music go hand in hand, and there are a variety of different instruments used to produce these new musics. They use the fiddle, the bodhrán, which is a hand drum made out of goat skin, and they use a tin whistle, and then a concertina, which is like an accordion, and then a Juliana pipes, which are Irish bagpipes.
Tap dance emerged in the southern United States in the 1700s. It was initially started as a fusion between British, West African, and step dance traditions in America. But the first version of tap was made by the Irish jig, both the musical and dance form, as well as the West African Jew, which are secular and sacred stepping dances. This made the American jig and juba. For this, dancers wore hard-soled shoes, clogs, and hog-nailed boots in order to create these sounds. In the 1800s, the American jig and juba evolved into jigging by adding more dynamic rhythms and clarity into it. White and black show dancers developed tap into becoming a popular stage entertainment. This is an image of William Henry, who is one of the founders of tap and is one of the first popular tap dancers. In the beginning of the 1900s, metal taps or plates appeared on the shoes of dancers on Broadway stage musicals. This gave a lot of clarity to the sound and was adapted by all tap dancers. As well as being popular on the musical stage, tap became a huge part of vaudeville and the Harlem Renaissance. During this time period, tap dance really formed a parallel with jazz music. they found that they played well together and they shared a lot of the same elements, such as rhythmic motifs, polyrhythm, multiple meters, elements of swing, and structured improvisation. In the late 1800s, tap dance became concertized and performed on the musical and concert stage, which really became tap what it is today. This is an image of Bilbo Jingle Robinson and Shirley Temple in that famous staircase scene in The Little Colonel, where they tap dance up and down the staircase. Bilbo Jingles Robinson is one of the best tap dancers ever known, and his birthday later became the date of National Tap Dance Day.
Dance versus Irish dance. The differences and similarities in movement style. Tap dance embodies a form of unifying rhythm that draws from Irish step dance, which is why they appear to be so similar. The primary difference between tap and Irish step dance seems to stem from both the ways in which the body is utilized and the ways in which the feet actually work. Tap dance allows for the syncopation of the entire body and causes the person's whole being to fall into the rhythm. Irish step dancing emphasizes a sense of rigidity, with more straight lines like the arms and legs remaining still. Tap dance tends to move across space more freely, whereas certain patterns exist with Irish step dance to propel individuals from one space to another. The famous Trading Taps River Dance, live from New York City in 1996, depicts the differences and similarities from the two styles very well. One clear difference from the performance is the upper body movement. The tappers release their torso and arms while dancing, letting the upper body swing with the movement below. Like I stated before, Irish step dances emphasizes rigidity. Both include intricate footwork to the music and their own performance style together. Unlike Irish dancers, tappers tend to dance on the melody of a song rather than the downbeat. And while a tap dancer definitely uses their heels, they do not rely on them quite as heavily as Irish step dancers and cloggers do. In this chart, you can see the differences between the three clearly. In Irish dance, shoes have 8 fiberglass taps and clogging shoes have 4 hinged metal taps. Tap shoes are made out of metal and only have the two, a single tap on the toe and a single tap on the heel. The unique aspect of a tap shoe is that it has the ability to change the sound of the taps by loosening or tightening the screws that hold the pieces in place. Irish hard shoes and clogging taps are attached to the soles in a fixed position, so they don't have this unique ability. As I previously said in the last slide, Irish dancers and cloggers are usually dancing on the downbeat of songs, and tap dancers focus on the melody. Irish and tap dancers also usually use their toes, unlike cloggers that are more flat-footed. Differences in costuming. The costuming for Irish step dance is also unique, unlike tap, which does not mandate a certain form of dress beyond the shoes. Irish step dance, at least in performances, requires a specific type of costuming and attire. Because it is more deeply rooted in Irish tradition and culture, the costumes in Irish step dance typically recall the clothing of the past, like the dresses, kilts, and jackets are characteristics from its origin. Old traditional tap would be performed in suits following a traditional formal attire. Tap dance also has a huge involvement in Broadway, which obviously changes the costuming to whatever character is being played. Modern day tap may follow less of a dress code because of its now free-form culture in society.
We're going to be demonstrating some simple tap steps. So first we're going to show the bottom of the shoe, which has the 2 metal plates on your ball and your heel. So tap is made out of a few very simple steps: the heel, ball, toe, brush, stomp, and stamp. And then we're going to be doing some time steps, which is a fundamental part of tap dance, is keeping time, and these are how they would do it. So we're going to do a single time step. There's variations throughout, so we'll just be showing each of those.
Okay.
Single time step. Double time step. Triple time step.
demonstrating some very basic Irish dance steps that we researched and learned about. So this is called a treble, and there are a lot of different ways to do it, and it involves just making 3 simple beats with your feet, and we'll show you some variations. Okay. That was just like a normal thing. So this is another variation of the treble, and this one is actually used a lot more. It's just used a lot more choreographically, and it helps things flow a lot better.
After trying some of these Irish dance steps, I can say that I really enjoy the specific style. I think it's a lot of fun to do, and like with the right environment, the right shoes, the right music, it would be just like really fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was super cool to like try out and learn like a new style, and I like understand like the cultural significance now a lot more, so I think I have like a better and deeper understanding, and I think it's a super fun style, and like if given the opportunity and the right shoes, I think it would be something that I would want to do a lot more.
Thanks for watching!